It's the show
After the show!
All right, first, let's celebrate. The government finally listened. We're on the cusp of potentially finally ending daylight saving time forever.
Yay!
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. The funny thing is it passed unanimously, as in, like, nobody objected to it. But then they were like, we don't think it's going to pass. Like, who's going to be the douche who's like, no, everybody in America wants this, but no.
Well, I mean, Utah's had it set for a while, but it was based off of like all the surrounding states. So if all the surrounding states would do it, then Utah would do it, and that's been several years. But don't when they pass these laws, right? They go into effect in July.
Yeah. So what it said was, so if they pass it, we'd fall back and then spring forward, and then sometime after that, like that would be it.
I think
So
April
next spring.
2023 would be the last
Why
time.
can't they just do it now?
I don't know. Apparently because the calendars are messed up. I don't know.
Listen, I don't know.
Look,
man.
it took them forever to get to this point.
Look, I don't know. I just live here.
If you want something
just work
stupid,
here.
when I was in middle school and high school, so my dad had custody of me and my brother. My mom lived like 75 minutes north, and she lived in the central time zone, and the area she lived in didn't do daylight saving time. So like our time would change, and it would sometimes we'd be at the same time as her, and sometimes we wouldn't, because my hometown's in Eastern time.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird that there's just some, like, Arizona doesn't. I think there's big chunks of Kentucky that don't. They're just flat out like, no.
Oh, they're really? Because when I go to like the U.S. government time map or whatever, Arizona's like the only place that has where it doesn't change.
I think there's a couple areas in the Midwest where they don't.
See, what's weird too is like I think like your state is divided into two different time zones.
It's so weird.
And Idaho is the same way. Like
It's
the
so
northern half is Pacific time zone, but everything else below it,
See, that doesn't even make any sense.
it like just cuts through.
Like if it went down, like if it was like Montana or whatever, and the line went through, like that makes sense. Montana's a wide state. But like the top half of Idaho's like, absolutely will we not be
it's
on
like the
mountain
little
time.
sliver. That's the panhandle.
It's
Is that what you call it? The
stupid.
panhandle of
Panhandle,
Idaho?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's part of Pacific time zone. But then there's part of Oregon that's like in like the Boise area that's still in the mountain time zone.
What?
So it's like
That
this.
makes literally
it's like
no sense.
it goes like one's clear to the west and the other one's clear to the east.
Well, that's what's funny is I think there.
Okay.
There's no cabinet here, and I just hit my.
Nice.
Yes.
I think
Anyways.
there are states that are south of Indiana, but further east that are on Central Time because it like the line comes down and juts this way. And I'm like, what? How does that make any sense? Just put your whole damn state in the same damn time zone.
See, I think we ought to just get rid of the time zone altogether and just go off one universal time.
See, that'd be funny because like noon here would be like 6 o'clock at night in England. Like, whoa.
Yeah, but it would make things so much easier, especially like, like TV shows that are on like satellite or something, and they're like 8/7 Central.
So
what time zone is it going to, or what time is it going to be at mine? You could just say one time zone. It's going to be at 23 o'clock. Here you go.
23 o'clock.
23 o'clock. Like kids. Military time. 2300.
So you're not talking about like a worldwide universal time. You're talking like country universal time
I don't care.
or like hemisphere universal time.
Either.
Okay. That's, I mean,
It would make things a lot easier to figure out.
I think the time zones are set because like one of the reasons why daylight saving time is bad is because the effect on the internal clock messes it up. So I think that's one of the things that would screw up. Because like again, Hawaii is
It's like sometimes 5, sometimes 6 hours, depending on where we're at.
4, something like that. So like again, noon here would be like 8 a.m. there, and it's like the sun is like in the center of the sky boiling. I'm like, this 8 o'clock is terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, but if you didn't know the time zones before, you know what I mean, it wouldn't be weird.
I mean, probably, but you do know what based on the sun general time of the day.
Well, yeah, I know that.
So it'd be really weird if you're like, oh man, I've been out drinking all night, but the sun's still up. I think it's fine. Oh crap! No, it's 3 a.m.
Okay, so here's something. So like here, like it doesn't get light in the summertime. It gets light maybe like after 6 or maybe after 5. So like 5:30.
morning?
Yeah,
Okay.
where the light you can finally see. But if you go up to like northern Idaho, it's like 5 o'clock is like daylight. 5 a.m. is daylight up
That's
there.
weird.
That is weird.
It's like that town in Alaska. I remember they did like a mini documentary on them because they do like an all day baseball game because it's the one town is in Alaska where they have like 23 hours of sunlight one day and then there's one day where they have 23 hours. It's like I don't know how you would deal with that. Like if it was dark for an entire day, I'm like I don't think I'm going outside. I'm good. Like the sun didn't come up. I'm still in bed then.
Yeah.
That's
But
fair.
also in the summertime, the wintertime up there, it is dark at like 4:30, almost like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
It's so weird.
It
Like
is
this
weird.
winter specifically, I don't know what it was about this one, but it just felt like I was like, oh man, is it 8? 4:30? Wait, what? It just felt so much later all the time.
It really did. And now
The
that we
whole
finally
time.
like sprung forward, it's like, oh, it makes sense now. But I
Stupid
know
daylight
this
saving.
winter
didn't
was
feel like that at all.
weird.
Well,
This was a cold winter.
yay for you. It
Very
was a cold
cold.
winter.
It was a cold winter with no snow. What's the point in that?
It's called stupid.
There was snow.
Not as much as you know
There was-
what?
there
I
was
had
not-
snow. I still have snow on my yard.
I don't have snow anymore. It's all melted.
In the northern part of the valley where Bruce and Butters is, there's still snow.
I mean, a lot of it has melted now. Like if last week, I probably had like 6 inches of snow on my yard,
That's insane.
That is insane.
and it's all melted off within
Well,
the last several days.
See, the other thing is producer Butters is in no hurry to get to spring either because he has to deal with grasshoppers.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So that's what I want to talk about because, look, almost every bug is stupid. So why do we keep discovering new bugs? We don't need new bugs. We need less of current bugs. There's 2 new bugs that have been discovered. There is I believe it's the Joro spider on the East Coast, which is the size of a hand.
Yes.
And it's called the parachuting spider, which is just a terrifying proposition. Like, I don't own a gun, but if I ever needed justification to have one and then to violently fire it into the air, it is the concept of hand-sized spiders.
I'm pretty sure that's not responsible.
Look,
Okay, but listen, those spiders, I mean, they're huge, but they can't, unless you stick your finger in their mouth, they can't hurt you. They're
first of all, absolutely not. Second
Absolutely
of all,
not.
I don't
Is
care.
that like the daddy long legs where
Yeah.
their mouth's too small to even
Yeah,
bite you?
they
so
can't bite you.
That's fine. But again, a daddy long legs is not the size of your hand.
sometimes they can't.
they
be.
can't be.
Okay, well, it doesn't
Have you
matter.
lived in Georgia?
No, I haven't actually. But
Fucking-
Have you lived in Utah?
again, open fire. Just concealed carry specifically for spiders. Under reason why you're buying a gun to shoot spiders.
Not a
that's why I
valid
do it.
response.
no.
Look,
Rejected.
the size of a hand spider coming down at me like this. First of all, pooping my pants. It's over. Like that's done. But I'm doing whatever I can to harm that spider in any way possible. I don't care if it can't kill me. That's the size of my face. My hand is the same
Look,
size as my face.
a little smack is going to be a lot faster than pulling out a gun.
That's true.
Punching spiders. Look,
No,
okay.
a smack, not
Look,
punch.
I want
smack.
quick timeout. Quick timeout. I want you to remember this very calm and controlled response when spring comes around and we hear him talk about the grasshoppers. Just
I hate them.
Let's note this for now.
I mow them over.
Whoa!
It doesn't matter, dude. There is an ish ton, and
Poor
all I do,
grasshoppers.
I just get. They're not poor grasshoppers. Screw them things.
See?
They are so stupid,
See?
and they throw up all over your stuff. They leave crap everywhere. Yeah, screw them things. I get the lawnmower out, the riding lawnmower, and I turn the blade on, and I floor it, and I get every one of them suckers.
See? So next time I talk about shooting spiders out of the air, just remember that. Have you ever seen that YouTube? Have you ever seen that YouTube video where it's that dude? I think it's a parody news channel, but his house is burned down and they're interviewing him. He asks him why, and he's like, "Oh, this big old spider came out." He's like, "So I reached in, got some hairspray and Mama's lighter, and I was hitting him pretty good. Must have been about 1,000,000 degrees." But then he came out and I lost control of it. Burns the house down. I'll have to show you.
Oh my
that
God.
basically
Oh my
that.
gosh.
I'll show you pictures.
The other bug that was discovered that is even worse than hand-sized spiders is there's a red-headed centipede in Texas that I think is only about yay big, but centipedes are the most disgusting bugs that exist on this planet.
I'm trying to think of what they actually look
I
like.
agree
It's
with
the
that.
ones with all the
statement.
legs.
Yeah.
They're like yay long, worm bodies, but they've got like 75,000 legs.
It's not
They're
the,
cool.
It's not the
No.
millipede, which looks cute. No, it's the ugly one with the legs that are like sticking out like this.
Okay, and they're called what?
Centipedes. Millipedes look like giant roly-poly bugs.
Yeah.
Googling it. I can't wait for this. I'm telling you, if you're more pro centipede than grasshopper, we have a huge issue.
Yeah, we do. Because even I
They look like
do not like-
earwigs.
Centipede.
That's not great. I mean, that's not a compliment of a comparison. The bug that will eat your brain is like, you know.
Yeah.
They're
okay. They're ugly.
My first college girlfriend was deathly terrified of it, and I adopted that because they are. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Like, no. Chop the arm off right now. Not risking it.
nope.
It is as big as this guy or girl's arm.
Forearm, yeah. They're
Ugh.
disgusting. They,
And this is in Texas?
yeah, yeah.
Karma.
Plus, they do this thing too
Karma.
where they sit up. They'll sit up and they go. Oh, I once punched one in half, and it deserved every second.
I would
of it.
run my lawnmower over that thing.
I second
You know what?
doing
I
that.
would too.
Yet again, I'm gonna buy a gun just to shoot these
no,
bugs.
buy a lawnmower.
Weed whacker it is. Bring it on, sucker.
Oh yeah, I used to do that too with the weed whacker.
Oh my gosh. So
You have
violent.
to. You have to. Those things. I don't know where.
Meanwhile, I'm over here saving spiders in the office with cups and paper.
I mean, kudos to you. I usually make the same. When I was in college, I had this really awesome apartment that had a balcony, and it had this awning, and then there was a tree in front of it. So like we could sit out there no matter what the weather was, and we would be fine. Like we'd sat out there in a torrential downpour, like it didn't get on the porch. So a spider made its home up by my porch light or my balcony light. And so I the first night I looked at the spider and I said, "Spider, here's the deal. I will let you live out here. The second you come in the house, you are a mortal enemy and you will not survive that encounter. You stay out here, it's good. You come inside, no bueno." So we would catch stuff and feed him. And that spider went from like, it was tiny, this big. By the time he disappeared that winter, he was like that big.
Wow.
So he grew, and then he disappeared into the house, and I didn't really sleep well that first night, but I never saw him again, so we named him Al.
That's crazy.
Al the spider.
No, that reminds me. So I lived in California for a brief second, and one of my roommates was deathly terrified of spiders. And mind you, I'm the spider saving person. As
Right,
long as I don't,
spider-saving person.
as long as I know they're not venomous, I will keep them around. Well, not keep them around, but I will take them outside. And
I kill them all. They come in, they're dead.
one time, I don't know. I think the spider was just like, you know how at nighttime they do their eating or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it set up camp right outside our door. So my roommate opens the door, and that's a lot of grasshoppers.
By the way, Ashley says that they also jump in your shoes. Go, Producer Butters, doing the world a favor.
Yes, most definitely.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so anyway, so the spider, she opens the door and the spider just like comes swinging in. And I'm in the kitchen and all I hear is my roommate scream bloody murder. I thought she had been stabbed. I like ran into the living room and I was on the phone with somebody too. And I just was like, I didn't even reply. I just kind of like threw the phone, ran over to save my roommate. There was a spider. She didn't let me save it. She killed that poor thing. I was like, it's non-venomous.
I think I would probably only save a daddy longleg.
I have killed them in my house, so I don't know. I will kill any and all bugs.
But anything else, nope, they're dead.
You know what? Besides, so grasshoppers, Ashley, my girlfriend, is on board with it. The one bug that will never get any sympathy from whatsoever. I will commit war crimes against these bugs because they deserve it. Box elder bugs. I have no patience for them. I'm not going to save them. They're dying. You're in my house. It's over, bro.
I think that and ants.
Ants. Oh, I hate ants.
That's fair. Okay, so bug nightmares continued. I wanted to ask, because I was talking about it on the show this morning, what is the one thing or the one area in your house that has to be cleaned, otherwise you have higher anxiety than normal?
My kitchen.
Wow, that's the biggest answer thus far. People were like sink, coffee tables. I said the floor.
No, my kitchen.
I mean, I try to keep the table clean, but as soon as you clean it, there's
It's
there's
just so
junk
much
all over
ample
it.
space
It's because
there.
it's a catch-all.
Okay, Can I tell you it is? Can I tell you the one thing that I never got? Well, there's two. I never understood people who stored stuff on their bed, specifically clothes, because you're
Wait,
just,
what do you mean?
Don't judge.
see,
Wait, what do you mean store stuff on their bed?
like they would just set stuff on their bed while they're not.
No.
Listen, I have a king size bed
That's a pretty big bed.
for myself. So
And my clothes.
when I do
And my pile of clothes,
when
excuse
I
me.
do laundry, sometimes I put it on my bed because I say if I put it on my bed, I have to put it away, right? Well, no, I have a king size bed, so I just move it over
See, that-
and I fall asleep on the other side.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I can't do it. I can't have stuff on my bed.
I can't either. That's why I'm saying that doesn't make sense to me.
So like as far as like laundry, like I have like a laundry basket that I only use for like clean clothes because I'm not going to use the dirty one, right? Because you don't want to take you put your dirty clothes in there and then
I mean-
you take the clean ones and put them back in the dirty hamper, right?
I don't follow that. I don't follow that, but sure. I mean, in theory, sure.
I mean, I have two hampers too, but
I have two baskets, but we just wrote they down and up. Dirty clothes down, clean clothes up.
Yeah, I use a separate one for clean and one for dirty.
the idea.
The title on both Facebook and Twitter is "Let's find out what producer Butters is really OCD about," and you didn't disappoint.
Okay, so yes.
great.
I mean, logically it makes sense. Logically it makes sense.
So no, I always put either they stay in the dryer or they're gonna get put away. They'll never they won't just sit on my
So
sit on my bed.
the bed one was one, and the other one I didn't get is people who leave like containers and stuff in their car. Like I've got a bunch of crap in my car, but like my buddy in
Listen,
college.
sometimes your back hurts. Okay,
I judged her so hard the other
Yeah.
day. I was like,
producer Butters
Wow.
judged you. Okay, listen. Okay, my back has been
Wow.
hurting, and I do a lot of things, and then I guess I forgot. I put my water containers because I was gonna go to the store and fill them up, right? Because
Okay.
you have to have filtered water, and
Yeah.
then I forgot that underneath it I had left trash, but I did bring. I had brought a bag, so my intention was to clean my car.
it was
It was pretty bad.
was
it was
not
bad.
just one or two.
It was, listen, listen. I get busy, okay?
That's the thing that gets me. Like Ashley's bad about it too. Like she'll have something and leave the wrapper, and they're like, throw it away.
Like as soon as I get home, I clean out like everything.
Listen. Okay, I don't know what happened because when I used to have my little Sonic, it used to be sparkling clean, and they would be like, "Did you just get it off the lot?" And I was like, "No, I've had it for like a year because it was always clean." I don't know why I cannot keep this car clean to save my
You know
life.
what? Delphin is not very happy with
Delphin is not clean.
Ashley said the
ever.
same thing. She got her new car this past fall. And I was like, all right, you're going to keep it clean. And like, I don't mind having stuff. Like, I've got catch-all crap in there, but it's not like wrappers or trash or anything. It's just like these random clothes I need to do something with. But like, she was like, I'm going to keep it clean. Nope. Wrappers, bottles, cans. And I'm like, ugh. My friend that's visiting in college, I took a ride with him once. He had a Tupperware container that had a spoon in it sitting in his back seat like he had cereal out of it. And I was like, when did you have time to eat cereal in your car? Like, when did that happen?
in a Tupperware thing.
Well, at least I didn't have Tupperware in my car. I can say that.
So you're not the worst. Just
The worst.
Just trash from like fast food restaurants. Okay. It's
so I
fine.
never thought of that. You can use your car as a trash can.
thank goodness. All that extra space to throw stuff now.
Listen.
That's just crazy. Like I think the only thing that's like in my back seat right now is like the sun visor, like to put up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then a scraper for the ice,
Scraper, yep.
and a gym bag
My gym bag is in my trunk.
I knew.
because one day I'm gonna go to the gym.
One day,
One
man.
day.
You and me both.
I
One
also
day.
have my
Me
shoes
too.
in the trunk for the gym.
well,
Right,
obviously.
so they don't stink up the car.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. See, I knew it. I knew your OCD wouldn't disappoint. I did not know that you would not disappoint when it came to cleanliness.
Listen.
I did. It's funny that we're talking about this because it did happen the
my
other day.
house is clean.
I was like,
car is not.
I'm judging you so hard right now. I did. I told her that.
Well,
Good.
on that judgment, this will come to an end because this is the show
After the show.